Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Two Shores, One Story. I am your host, Matthew, and today we have a really special guest on today's show as part of the New Year's Resolution series. And I could talk about him a lot, so I'm going to save him from that, and he can do his own introduction for us. So, without further ado, could you introduce yourself?
It's very nice to see you, Matthew. It's very nice to be speaking to you on a microphone, even though my microphone isn't very good. But my name is Andy, for those who have not heard me before. I am just a dude living in Canada, living his best life. And but for those unfamiliar with my voice, I did a show on CKXU 88.3 FM with Matthew, as well as I think a previous guest of yours, Mac. The three of us did the hot pot for what, 3 years or so?
Mm-hmm.
And it like never officially ended. Like it just kind of slowed down until like episodes just like weren't really being published. Because we all kind of went our own ways after graduating and all. But it's so nice to hear from you again,
It's
buddy.
nice to see you. Yeah,
It's
Hot
good to
Pot
be
is like
seen.
the girls' generation or Super Junior. We're there, but we're not there.
Yeah, like we're kind of like the EXO of our time,
The
you know?
EXO.
Super Junior. Yeah, dude. We've got the handsomeness to back it up too.
Oh, yes. All Mac. And you. Yes, but Andy and I go way back. Actually, it's kind of terrifying. I realized it's 2026, right? So that means we met each other 10 years ago.
Just about, because it would have been
in
what,
September.
September? In September is when we met, and so we're
Yes.
just about at that 10-year mark.
And that terrifies me because
It is kind of terrifying, you know, like
time goes fast.
well, it's kind of like I don't know, maybe it's just with my experience in martial arts, I've just gotten punched in the head a little bit too much. But I don't feel like time moves by so slowly, but you just don't notice how fast or like how it goes by.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know, man. I feel like these 10 years have been very eventful, but it's just like a roller coaster. You all of a sudden you get to the end of that ride, and it's like, whoa, I did all of that already. You know what I mean?
I know. Well, there's been so many things that have happened since we started university up until now. It's crazy.
The Nintendo Switch came out.
2 Nintendo Switches, right?
2 Nintendo Switches came out. There were like tons of Marvel movies that came out.
Tons of Marvel movies. Stranger Things 5 is gonna end.
Oh my goodness!
I haven't watched it, so don't talk about it.
Okay, I'm gonna spoil everything about it.
I'm in like 3 episodes in, and it's so good. But yeah, that's crazy. Stranger Things 5.
Without spoiling it, Matthew.
Okay.
I think it's the strongest season.
Okay.
By a lot.
Interesting.
Well, so, and again, not spoiling it, but like it was kind of published in like 3 kind of waves, right? That first one in the beginning of December. Part 2 came out on Christmas, and then the last episode, the finale, came out on like New Year's Eve, I think. And this season, with a couple of exceptions, I feel like just keeps ramping up and ramping up, and I think the final episode is the best episode of the entire series.
Okay.
I'm
excited.
Yeah.
I've heard otherwise, that it's like maybe like the not as good as other seasons, but so far I'm really enjoying it.
Maybe, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you and I can have a reunion, after you've caught up with all the episodes.
Oh, I like it. I've never done a full-on drama review.
Okay.
So maybe. I like it.
You know, I know that we're here to talk about New Year's resolutions, and this might kind of tie into one of mine later. But I guess why don't you just get us started?
Okay. Well, it is 2026. The digit has changed 10 years, have changed. We've changed, but
The world has changed.
the world has changed. But that's what I like about New Year's is that we kind of think about what we want to do in the future or this year. So I last week I talked about my goals and what I want to do. I have too many, but we'll see. I'm interested in what other people want to do. So this is just part of a series, and you are our first guest on the New Year's resolution series. Very exciting. So without further ado, what do you want to do this year?
I have a couple of goals.
Okay. Exciting.
It's weird because I'm generally not the type of person to really go for New Year's resolutions.
Hmm.
I tend to be the type of person who, instead of setting kind of like these really specific goals, I'll just kind of go in with a rough idea of like what I kind of want to improve on. Like, I don't know. I've never been unfit. Like I've never been like somebody who doesn't
Right.
do like physical activity, but I've always been kind of like I want to improve my fitness or I want to improve my health. So like it's not that like I go into the beginning of the year thinking like I'm gonna bench 225. No, it's always been like I just want to be later in the year in a position where I feel just a little bit better than I did at that same point the year before, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But this year's a little different.
Okay.
In part because I mean 2025, as I'm sure it was for everybody, it was very busy for me. And my schedule changed quite a bit. And with that, now I have a ton more free time. And so going into 2026, it was a weird time for me in a good way because I feel like I have the time to finally set some goals and to kind of really kind of solidify like a handful of things that I really want to improve on or that I want to do. And I've got like 2.5 goals that I kind of set myself up with,
Okay.
on top of the kind of smaller ones. But the main one is, as you know, we did a radio show for like 3 years or whatever. And that was like awesome. Like that was a really good time. I don't know if you just heard my Duolingo sound effect, my notification. But the which ties into one of my New Year's resolutions, funny enough. But the when we were at the radio, I really appreciated that time because it like I've always been somebody that's very involved in like sports and athletics and whatever. You know this, right?
Yes. Yes.
But I feel like my time at the radio with you and with Mac was a time where like I got to improve not just like physical sports, physical this, physical that. It was a time for me to kind of really um, explore improving myself creatively,
Mm-hmm.
learning how to speak better, learning how to word things a little bit better. And I've just been finding that like I didn't really do a lot of like creative hobbies like that growing up. And so I'm finding it really interesting to do that now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, now I work at like a news kind of publication. And so I get to work on it through that. But I've discovered fairly recently that like like photography or like photojournalism is like really fun. And so I want to
Ooh.
just improve my ability to like express myself creatively through photography, but also, and I'm not gonna lie, I really miss doing something like a podcast or like a radio show. And
Okay.
so that might be one of my goals this year to start something
Really?
like that. Yeah, dude.
Ooh.
The only thing is, and I'm sure you know this, and I don't know if you did this when we were at on radio, but doing a show by yourself, talking, whatever, by yourself is not easy,
Mm.
right? Like it's hard to kind of keep going. It's hard to kind of remain interesting if you don't have somebody to kind of bounce off of.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I feel like my big obstacle with like starting something like a podcast is I've done it a couple of times of like having like small podcasts where I just do it on myself, but it's just hard to I find I lose steam really quickly.
Mm.
So if I could find somebody that I could just talk about comic book movies and like TV shows with and like a week to week, that'd be great.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, I think I'm having a great time just talking about whatever. I don't know if the viewers are
Hmm.
enjoying it. It's like, just shut up already. Maybe that's what they think. But I mean, for me, I don't talk that long. Maybe
Hmm.
um when I'm with somebody else, I'll talk for easily an hour.
Yeah.
We can just keep on going. But when I talk to by myself, it's hard. And in some cases, and maybe this might help you, as I use Chat GPT sometimes. So
Sure.
I'll like maybe for my 20th episode, I had like ask me 20 questions. So I had it make me 20 questions and I just went through them.
Mm. You
Yeah.
could just like straight up plagiarize too, and you could do that.
Plagiarize. No, it's my episode.
um, but no, like that's like one of my goals is I just kind of want to explore more kind of creative hobbies, and ideally like I would like to start something like a podcast
Yeah.
again or whatever. Um, yeah, and but that's kind of the bit more that's a goal that I have for 2026, but
Mm.
I'm not really eyeing to do much of that until at least a little bit into the year. The one that I started last year and I'm just bringing over to 2026
Mm-hmm.
is I've always been a big language guy,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I want to pick up another one. And I've kind of played around with Korean here and there past couple of
Ooh.
years. I can have a conversation
Mm-hmm.
already. But I decided that this is the year that I'm really going to tap into studying well, making sure that I'm practicing. And then I went to Korea in December, and I've noticed that I've been to Korea twice, and the first time I went, I was already decently happy with how much Korean I was able to use. Um,
Mm.
just at like the convenience store at the train station or whatever, but I felt like I wanted to do a bit more. The second time that I went, about a month ago,
Mm.
I felt that I was using Korean way more. And so like having that
Wow.
experience of being able to actually say, "Oh, I spoke in Korean
Mm.
in Korea for like
Mm.
a week straight and like I had no problems."
That's great.
It's really exciting and it's really I'm very proud of it. And
Mm-hmm.
that's just something I want to just kind of snowball. Like I already know that I'm like on the right path. I
Mm.
just want to improve it. And when I get to December 2026, I want to be able to like confidently say that I can like speak it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Nice. I
Yeah.
I love Korean, and I don't know if people. I've kept this a secret from most of my family.
So I'm exposing you, is what you're
I'm
saying.
exposing myself right now. So, for those who don't know, this is my. It's just bad, and this is just some quick backstory. Is when I started learning Japanese, my family, my parents were maybe not the most supportive with it.
I remember that.
So, um, it was like the equivalent of me, like, I don't know, like I was rebellious, and that I wanted to study Japanese. That's
Generally speaking, when people go rebellious, they like steal a car or like
they steal a car. I mean, my level of rebellious is like not that great. Like my whole family went to New York, and I played violin in the kitchen. That's what I did. But
that's what you did.
I did. I played violin in
I
the
remember,
kitchen.
and I'm exposing you to your millions of listeners worldwide.
Well, some
I'm
of the listeners
exposing you.
know, but my family doesn't, and that I've been studying Korean for 5 years.
It has been 5 years since it started.
Yeah, but it's been off and on, and um, especially with me taking the N1, as the viewers know, I've been doing that for at least a few times. I have put Korean away until I pass the N1.
Okay, for
So,
sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
because I can't focus on both, but
Yeah.
I really want to I really wanted to sing twice songs really fast, and I want to know Korean. So maybe if I don't pass the N1, I get my results at the end of January.
Yeah. I
I'll
am
take
going
it
to
again.
expose you though. I'm gonna
You're gonna
continue off
expose
on
me.
my Yes,
What are you
gonna go
expecting me
back to
for?
the to for being a rebellious person. What kind
Okay.
of rebel you are?
Uh-huh.
A real punk rocker
What did I do?
you are. Do you remember the first time you skipped class in university?
I skipped class?
Yeah, there was one time I made you skip class, and I don't even remember why. But I remember like while we were in the cafeteria or something, or just like I don't know, doing random university student stuff. You were like looking constantly at your phone and you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna skip class. Class is gonna start in 2 minutes. I was like,
I
dude,
don't remember that.
really? It's like
No.
a super highlight in my brain
That's so
because of
funny.
university
That's
mind.
really
Yeah,
funny. Maybe I think I'm trying to remember. Did I skip class to like meet with somebody?
I think so. I think it
Why did
was
I
the
skip
class.
class though?
It was like 2 hours the class, and I think you had an appointment or something. So it's not even like it was for a bad reason.
What was the
But
class? Do you know?
I don't couldn't tell you.
Wow.
But that
That's
just goes to
crazy.
show how much of a rebel you are.
uh,
Not only did you skip class like a hardcore criminal, you were like counting down how much time there was left in class until it was over,
so I could feel okay.
so that you could feel okay. Yeah.
That's so funny. Well, I've done so three things. I've studied Japanese, first thing, played violin in
Okay.
the kitchen, and I
Violin at the
have been
kitchen.
learning. I'm really sorry to my family. I didn't lie. I just didn't tell them. Because I wanted to see how long it would take them to figure out that I've been learning Korean, and none of them had mentioned
Uh,
it. Um,
well, it was funny. It's funny you kind of mentioned that because like I I also haven't really told that many people that I'm studying Korean, not for any particular reason. It's just like, I don't know, it just never came up in conversation. But it was funny because I was in Korea
hmm,
last month and I was there with a group of people. I wasn't just there by myself.
mhm.
But in our hotel room was just like burning hot, man. It was so hot in there. And like we couldn't get the air conditioner to work. And somebody was like, hey, you need to or somebody needs to call the front desk because like we need a fan, we need something. And but nobody was able to speak Korean except for like my super broken, very much beginner Korean. And so I was just like, I think I can call the desk and I could at least ask them if like for a little bit of help or whatever. And I was able to just like pick up the phone and I called the desk and I was just like in Korean. I was just like, I'm sorry. I don't speak that much Korean. I speak only a little bit of it. Can I ask you something in English? And the lady on the other side of the phone, it was funny because like she kind of reacted like, "Oh, yeah, 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 totally." But like it sounded
Mm,
surprised. She
mm,
sounded surprised that I could speak Korean.
mm,
And I remember like eventually we switched to English.
mhm.
They got us another fan in the room and whatever. But when I hung up, I like looked over to my side and everybody was just staring at me. And they're like, "Since when can you do this?" And I'm like, I don't know. It's been like what, couple of months?
That's funny. Well, you should have
Yeah.
quoted FX though.
I'm sorry.
You should have quoted FX. That would have helped.
Why?
Hot Summer. Do you know Hot Summer?
No.
Oh,
I
it's a
haven't
song by
I was
FX.
never a big fan of FX.
Well, we played it one time on the show, I thought. Anyways,
I'm
the
sure you
chorus is
did, but
like, you could have said like, this apartment is hot summer, no mutawa, or something like, which is like, it's so hot.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe they would have got it, maybe not. But that's good too. What you did was good too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. At least like I don't know. I've always also always been the person that has a strong belief in the idea that if you go travel somewhere, you should probably have at least a little bit of that language in your back pocket, you know?
Mhm.
Just as a sign of like that you're not just some random dude who just doesn't care about other countries' customs or whatnot, you know? Like I've always just found it respectful that like if you're going to travel somewhere else, to learn at least a little bit of that language so that you don't sound too much like a lost tourist, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree. Um, I think English is boring if you just use English in other countries. I mean, English is the lingua franca, and that's great. But I think it's also a kind of a respect thing to use some of the language that the country that you're in uses. Even just saying thank you is such a great thing, and
Yeah.
you're showing the effort a little bit. It's like it's so nice. So
Oh, 100%. And it always kind of hurts a little bit when like when you try to learn a language and then like you try to use it in that country and then they just reply in English and like it
yeah,
sucks a little bit because you're like, oh dude, I want to practice this language. Like that's the point. But at the same time, you'll also understand pretty quickly that they're doing it out of your convenience. Like, you know? And so
mm-hmm.
like they're whipping out the English to help you out. And so like I do appreciate it, but like yeah, sometimes it does suck when you go to speak Japanese or Korean or whatever, and they just answer back in English. It's like, oh come on, like let me make mistakes, right?
Sometimes I kind of go against them where they'll speak in English and I'll just answer in Japanese. I don't care.
You know, I did that once, and it was with what was it? It was in Japan, and I met this dude, and like what was it? I spoke to him in Japanese. He replied to me in English. And then like in my mind, I was like, "Oh, okay, it's on."
It's
And so then we just kind of like went back and forth, and I was speaking to him in Japanese, and he just kept replying in English. And then I was like, "No, I'm gonna make my point. I want to practice my Japanese." And so I kept asking, like talking about it, whatever in Japanese, but he kept replying in English, and it went for like 2 days until eventually I was like, "All right, fine," and like, and I just switched over to speaking in English.
wow. Yeah, mine wasn't that cool. I think it was just at McDonald's.
Oh,
And he's like, "Do you want ketchup?" And I was like, "Hi, hitotsu kudasai." Something like that. But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think just on, yeah, language, it just depends. Some people are okay with putting the effort into talking with you in the language you're learning.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just want to get the meaning across easily and they think that
I
English will
mean,
be the best, but
if I'm in the Philippines in the Manila airport for a 2 hour layover, I'm not gonna learn Tagalog. You know what I mean?
well,
Like if you're but like if you're like spending time in a country, like at least a week, then okay, like at least learn a handful of things, you know?
no, yeah, but for the other person, they might not
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
put
yeah, yeah.
effort into having to
Oh, for
fix
sure.
your mistakes, so they'll just use English. But if
Yeah,
you are the speaker and if you're going to another country, please learn some
that's what
things.
I mean.
It's so fun.
Even if, yeah, even if it's just like learning how to ask, do you speak English?
Yeah,
Like if you could even just learning that, I feel like
it's good to ask
it's
rather
so
than just
important.
assume.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But anyway,
it's
so what
nice.
were your other goals
What were my
for
goals?
20? Yeah, I for or your resolutions, your New Year's
I
resolution.
have too many, but I wrote them down.
Okay, let's
um,
hear them. Lightning round.
overarching. Well, people can listen to this episode more in detail, so I'll just go over them briefly. But finance, Japanese, faith, fitness, and community/relationships were my categories.
Oh, hello,
Hello.
relationship.
Relationship. I mean, it could involve that, but um, it's embarrassing because I've been in my town for a year and 5 months, I think. And I have
Okay.
not been to one restaurant in my town. It's more like a village, but I haven't been. So I'm embarrassed and I'm going to
Like
fix that.
period? Like
I went to one restaurant that's like at an onsen at a it's like a also a
why
hotel.
haven't you been? Out of curiosity.
Why haven't I been?
Yeah.
I did try to go once, but it was closed. One of the restaurants was
Okay.
closed, and I live near like the main city, like Takayama, but I live in like a little village near Takayama, so
Oh,
I
okay.
just eat there.
Oh, okay. Well,
And
you could have just said that. Like that makes sense.
but I want to know my community, and I haven't been to
Yeah.
my one friend who listens to this podcast. Hi, by the way. He makes fun of
Hello.
me all the time, so I need to do that. There's like a one cafe or one place I want to go to. It's like a cafe, and then from 2 on I do karaoke, and then later it becomes a snack. So
Oh.
I want to go, but I haven't been. So I'm going to go this month. You'll hear about it.
Mm.
It's going to happen. So that's my community relationship stuff. And if something happens, maybe I can date, but nothing has come to fruition yet.
Are
Those
you
are my
telling me
goals.
that the New Year's resolution isn't to finally settle down with one of your 50 different girlfriends,
What?
Matthew?
I have zero. I have zero girlfriends. Thank you.
Or just do the other thing that people do when they're 30 and single and just get it
I'm not
on.
30. I'm not 30 yet.
All right, well, you're like 29.
I'm not 29 yet either. In 3 months, I will be. Thank you.
Okay, but seem close enough. Like,
um, I have been trying to date. It has not worked out. We can talk about this later. But this isn't my this is your episode. So you've talked
this is
about
my episode.
you've talked about wanting to do a podcast and you want to
Yes.
get better at Korean.
Mm-hmm.
What's your other goal? Do you have another one?
I do.
Okay.
This one's a bit more loose, I guess. But the other one is like I've always, for the past couple of years, I've always gone into the new year with at least an idea that I want to improve my fitness.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like I kind of mentioned earlier, not that I've ever been really that like unfit or anything, but I just find that it's something that you could always improve on a little bit more. But now that I have a dog, which I adopted last summer, I just find that my schedule's a little bit different. And so my fitness goal has kind of changed. Instead of like necessarily just like putting into work, making sure that I build my schedule around the gym and like around this and that,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of taken the opposite direction where like now I just try to find a way that I exercise consistently and that I still enjoy it while not taking away from like other things, you know?
Right.
Because like fitness is fun, but it can also like, and fitness is like overall generally like a good thing for people to partake in,
Mm-hmm.
but it can be very time consuming. And not that the fitness itself is a bad thing, but it something being too time consuming can be a negative thing, right? Like I don't I don't care if I don't lift 225 by the end of the year. If I can improve my bench by a smidge, but instead of going to the gym every single time, like I used some of that time to go hang out with my friends or
Mm-hmm.
just go play at the park with my dog, like I'll gladly take that other option, you know? I don't need to be a bodybuilder. I just want to like have a decent amount of muscle and stay fit while I'm not also taking too much time from other things that are important.
Mm-hmm. I think that's
Right.
fair.
Yeah.
As things change, our priorities change too. And right, for me, I'm alone, I'm single, so I can spend an hour or two in the gym 4 times a week. And you have a dog, you have a wife.
Yeah.
Woo, that's so exciting.
I like
so,
that came second.
well, yeah, we were talking about the dog, but
I know.
this is just
kidding.
a preface. So I've known Andy for 10 years. And because of me, not really, but he met the love of his life. And how long was it? Like 8 years? 7?
Well, no, that was like a month after we met. And so,
Yeah, no, but 7 or 8 years later,
oh, okay, yeah.
you got married,
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
I
Yeah.
think. And now they're both living happily ever after in Lethbridge. But it's just so exciting because I've known both of them for that long.
Yeah.
And I've seen, your relationship change. And now you have a dog.
Now I have
That's
a dog.
exciting. Named
It is
Crypto.
exciting. Crypto.
Lovely name.
Falling in line with my never-ending passion for comic book movies and comic books
Mm-hmm.
as a whole,
If you
know.
get a cat, you can name it Yoda.
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 I was thinking of if I ever got a cat. I don't know if I will. I do like cats though. Just I'm a dog person
Yeah, dogs are
at heart.
better.
But I like if I did have to choose a name for a cat, it would be Streaky. Because Streaky is the cat, I think, in the Flash, or he
Okay.
might just be like another kind of Superman kind of pet animal thing.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't
Does
know, man.
Marvel
I
have
just
any pet dogs or whatever?
they do. They have like the main one, the one that like everybody knows nowadays is the golden retriever from the Guardians of the Galaxy series called Cosmo.
Oops, I don't know that.
That's like
Okay.
I would say definitely DC is more like known for having kind of like animal
Yeah.
companion. Um, but
Interesting.
you can also find them in Marvel, though perhaps not as relevant, I guess.
Hmm.
But I do want to ask you something.
Yes.
We're talking about 2026, we're talking about our goals, but I actually just want to ask you, is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to in 2026? A movie, a show,
Oh, yes.
like, yeah, let's hear
I
it.
have one thing that maybe you know, but this is a big thing that I've never done before.
Okay.
Big thing.
Skydiving.
No, better.
Let me take a guess. You're signing yourself up for an amateur kickboxing tournament.
No, better.
A better,
Better.
uh,
Better. Da, 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 better. Hmm.
what is it?
Well, I gave you a hint with that. That's a song from Twice.
Oh, are you going to the Twice concert?
I am trying. I what was it? Maybe 2 months ago. 2 months ago, I applied to be a fan. So I'm in the Once Club and I'm also
Okay.
on the Mobile Club because Twice is having 3 concerts in April in
Oh,
Yokohama.
in
In
Yokohama. I
Yokohama.
love
So
Yokohama.
I applied for 2 days with a friend.
Mhm.
So I think I find out on the 9th.
Okay.
And I've
I've
never
been
been to a Twice concert. I know
I
you
have.
have
I went once
in
in Vegas.
Vegas. Ooh.
Yeah, it was in Vegas, and it was part of like their Ready to Be tour, or I
Yeah.
think that's what it
Yeah.
was called. Um, but that one was kind of fun because like we kind of figured that we just wouldn't be able to go. And like none of their dates in Canada or the US really quite worked out. But then they announced just out of nowhere that they just like opened up a new show in Vegas on this certain weekend,
Right.
and it just happened to work out perfectly for us, so we went there. And I gotta say, like, I don't want to like ruin it for you. I don't want you to go into any expectations, whatever. I loved it. I had a great time during the show.
Mm.
But the part that like I might have been the most surprised by, and I don't know if they still do this as part of their new tour, but like they always do like a ton of songs and like sets as a group, right?
Mm.
And then in at least in the concert we went to, like about halfway, they kind of took like a bit of a break and they would just kind of do one-on-one, just kind of solo stage, kind of
Mm-hmm.
2 minute,
Mm-hmm.
1 minute and a half long performances just individually. Hey,
Yeah.
and uh, my I don't want to say least favorite because that makes it sound negative.
Mm-hmm.
The member I'm just the least interested in
Mm-hmm.
is Jihyo. I love Jihyo.
Really?
She's great. Like I think she's amazing, but like it's just that I like the other ones more the other members.
Interesting.
I think they're a little bit more interesting. But Jihyo absolutely just killed it. Like I remember like I left that
Right.
performance. I'm like her solo part was the best part of the entire concert.
Whoa. Okay.
It was incredible.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of had that same feeling. This with a different band, but I went to Goose House. Do you know? Maybe you know. Maybe.
Little Japanese thing, right?
Yeah. They did the OST for Your Lie in April. I think I maybe played them a few times, but they do like a lot of covers on YouTube. But I have a favorite girl. Like she's like amazing.
Okay.
Singer. And then there's the leader who I never liked really. I was like whatever.
You just beefed for no reason.
No, like I don't. He doesn't.
I'm
He's not bad. He
joking.
just wasn't my favorite. Like G,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw them in concert, and he was my favorite too, because
Really?
he was a really good entertainer, and you can't see that when you're watching them on YouTube. He
Uh-huh.
was the life of the party, and the other
Yeah,
people were
well,
okay, but he like had it, and that was like great. So maybe this is the same with Jihyo.
it's funny you mention that because, like, I mean, you watch Twice on TV or you watch them in like those kind of stage performances for whatever TV show,
Yeah.
and they always look great. They always look amazing, right?
Hmm.
But the thing that, like, I don't know, when you watch like a live performance on TV or you watch like the YouTube upload of whatever K-pop show recording,
Hmm.
it's pretty obvious that they look good and they dance well and whatever, but it's also you can't ignore the fact that like the camera work is done in a certain way, the editing is done in a certain way.
Hmm.
Obviously, they're not even always singing like live. It's
Yeah.
sometimes it's like dubbed over, or they have like another track going on at the same time, another audio track. But the point is like you watch something on TV and like there's like this clear expectation of like they're very good at this, obviously, but the production is very much playing a hand in how
Hmm.
good they look during
Hmm.
this performance. When I watched Jihyo do her live stage, I was like, "Oh, she's the real deal." Like it lived up to what the expectations were when I wasn't even really believing in those expectations anymore in the first place, right?
Hmm.
And I was floored by just how much presence she had on that stage, how hyped the crowd got. It was wild. What was also interesting about the Twice concert when I went was just the stadium they did this in. It was in Allegiant Stadium, which for our non-sporting fan listeners here, um, is the main stadium for I think the Las Vegas Raiders, which is
Ooh.
like the big football team.
Hmm.
And they have like a couple of big kind of arenas and stadiums or whatever in Vegas. And I'm pretty sure, aside from the Sphere, the biggest one is Allegiant Stadium. It is massive in there. And they like even the UFC, which is like this massive organization, they don't go to Allegiant Stadium. I don't know if they're big enough to fill up that place,
Whoa.
but Twice was in there. And I did not have particularly good seats. Like I was pretty far back, if I'm being honest.
Hmm.
But like I remember just like looking around and everything was just packed
Wow.
to the brim. And that was in Vegas. Um, I'm sure if you see them in Japan, it's going to be even like more
It's
intense.
large.
Yeah, and it was funny because we watched the Twice concert, and I think the day after our flight to go back to Canada was booked, and so on the flight back home to Canada, we were seeing people with Twice merchandise from the night
Really?
before. It was so interesting, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so I'm
I
excited.
think
I
you're
hope
gonna
I
have a
can
great,
go.
yeah.
Because I mean, they're also 10 years and a bit.
I
They've
guess
been
so,
active
hey,
for
because
10 years. They started in 2015. So,
mm-hmm,
they could be disbanding soon. So I really want to see them before they
for sure, yeah,
disband.
yeah,
So I really hope that I can go to this concert because that would be crazy. So
yeah. Hopefully,
that's a big thing that could be happening, and I can't wait to talk about it if it does happen. Um,
we cross our fingers.
yes, we cross our. Other than that, I'm not too sure. I don't have any big things planned. Just again, what you said, I kind of want to improve some stuff, which I talked about.
Yeah.
Um, I, maybe you don't know this, but I've started futsal.
Oh, what?
Mm-hmm. I started playing
Indoor
futsal.
soccer?
Indoor soccer. Yeah,
How's that?
it's fun, but I'm really bad. um, um, yeah, I was just invited by another ALT at the end of October, maybe, and I've been going every week other than when I was sick.
Oh, okay. Right
But
on.
this year, I like literally yesterday, I went to a different futsal thing. So maybe I can do futsal twice a week now instead of once a week. But
Uh-huh.
I was expecting it to be pretty chill because this group was older, like old.
Uh,
But oh my gosh, It was like a battle. It was crazy. And I'm not good. I'm not. Like, I don't know where the ball is when I have it. I can't kick right. I can't do anything. And a few
But you're
times
enjoying.
I love it.
That's
But
the important part,
I need to
brother.
get better. So I want to practice and get better. And then next year, well, yesterday too, they had a match. All these
Mm.
groups did a futsal match, and I just watched to
Yeah.
cheer on my friends. But next year, in 2027, I plan to enter.
Oh,
Yeah,
that sounds very exciting.
kind of sick. So I need to get better by then. So I have a whole year to, get really good. And I've been watching the anime, not futsal related, but it's soccer related. I've been watching
Okay.
Blue Lock,
Oh,
which if you
okay.
haven't watched it, it's very interesting. It's like a soccer anime. Um, it's really well done.
I
And
honestly haven't watched anime in like 5 years.
well, you should watch. It's at least it's on Japanese Netflix, but it's really good.
Okay.
But after watching that, I was like, I gotta get better. I gotta get good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I I bought a futsal ball, and the viewers know, but I bought one so I can practice at home. I haven't yet done it because I was sick, but it's time.
Nice.
And after playing with those guys yesterday, I was like, it's really time because, oh my
Yeah, yeah,
gosh,
yeah.
it's really embarrassing when I can't kick where I want to kick. It's not good. But I've never done a team sport like this, so it's really exciting. Um,
Team sports are interesting because like
yeah.
I mean, if there are any listeners from the time when we were on radio here, I've always been very involved in like all sorts of combat, judo,
Hmm.
kickboxing, boxing, MMA, whatever. And those sports are really fun because um I mean individually it's really all up to you, right? Like it's you can have coaches in your corner and you can have coaches helping you get ready and whatever, but really at the end of the day, the person that sets that final kind of result is you. A team sport obviously doesn't work like that, and then especially in something like soccer, I find that it's so much more about communication and like just kind of coordination than like
Yeah.
anything else. Like you can have two teams playing against each other. One team with just like these messy Ronaldo level people, but if they don't communicate, they just crumble. Whereas if you could have just like a regular kind of house league, beer league, just regular dudes like on the weekend playing, but if they can communicate and coordinate their moves really well, they're winning, right? And so you can't just rely on talent, which is something that happens a lot in individual sports, but you just can't do that as much in team sports, right? It's just so interesting.
Mm. Yeah, so I need to learn how to do that too. First of all, I need to know all
Mhm.
my team members' names, which is
That's a good starting
it's a
point.
good start. But I've gotten better at the other people that I started like a long way, but the
Yeah.
now I have to learn more names. But that's what I'm looking forward to. 2026 is going to be great. I might do other things too, and I'll let the viewers know as well what happens. Maybe I'll be traveling. Who knows?
Mm.
Hmm. Yes. But you've talked about your New Year's resolutions. Do you have any more?
Right. I think that's about it.
You're
Like
okay.
those are like they feel a little bit bigger this year,
Yeah.
perhaps, because like they're usually not so concrete. But because they're a bit more concrete this year, I think I have less goals, which is good, perhaps, because that'll help me kind of focus a bit
Hmm.
more
Hmm.
through the year. But and to be kind of fair, a lot of these goals are things I've already kind of started doing. Uh,
Hmm.
and that also helps because I'm the type that like starting things is not always easy for me. But when things start, I feel like it's so much easier to just keep going. And so
Right.
I'm sure I'll make a big chunk of progress on all my goals. Whether or not I want them at the end of the year to be where I want them to be, I guess that'll be the thing we wait and find out. But I'm always pretty good at like once I have something started, even if it's just like trash quality, well, I can always kind of work to improve that. So, yeah. In any case, I do want to thank you, Matthew, for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
It's exciting. You're our first guest who's overseas that's actually overseas.
Oh, really?
I don't think I've recorded. Yeah, I haven't recorded someone overseas who's overseas. And you're from
Well, it's a
Canada.
good,
Woo!
yeah. Well, and it's an honor to have that distinction
Well,
as
I
part
think you
of
should
the.
be distinguished.
It's it's nice to be part of the Two Shores, One Story cinematic universe, you know?
Thank you. Well, thank you for sharing your New Year's resolutions. Maybe we'll have to do a checkup to see how you're doing.
And with the Stranger Things season 5, once you're
Yes.
done that.
Yes, we'll have to talk about that. But yeah, I hope this has inspired some people, viewers, maybe to think about your goals. What do you want to do? Maybe you want to learn Korean. Maybe you want to start a podcast. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? The world is so vast and we can do so many things. Just got to put our minds to it. So, have fun.
Thank you.
Yes. And
Take
with
care,
that,
Matthew.
I will see you later.